You can't, I don't know.
Um,
You ready?
Go ahead.
Tony Retrovato here for Retro Grammar. We're going to say a little more today about words and phrases. I told you last time that words do four things. Actually, I said there were two types of words. Words that give you pictures in your head and words that put the pictures together. The ones that give you pictures in your head, you could break that down. You could specify three types. The words that name things, so when you picture them in your mind, you'll see a thing like a tree or a refrigerator. Words that show some kind of action, and you'll see that in your mind, like run or swim, or even think. Sometimes the action is a little less concrete, but you can still visualize somebody thinking. And then a describing word would be something like purple or large or something like that. And you won't see large in your head, but you'll see something large. You know, large tree, large mountain, you'll see something. So these words provide pictures in your mind. I want to impress on you, I'm not talking about what words are. That's what traditional grammar does. It talks about what words are. And you get something like, well, this word is a noun. But in this sentence, the noun is acting like a verb. And it really gets crazy. What's important in the English language is what words do. And they only do four things. They glue, they name, they describe, they show action. And the action goes with link. This is the same, kind of the same thing. Not quite. But I'll get to why I put them in the same category later. These glue words, I just have to explain something about glue words here. There are different kinds of glue. If you went to a hardware store and said, give me some glue, the guy would say, well, what are you trying to glue? Do you want epoxy glue? Do you want fast-setting glue? Do you want glue for plastic, glue for metal? There's all kinds of glue. There are all kinds of glue words, too. It's not just one big bunch. There are a lot of kinds of glue words. And if you're wondering, well, how can I tell? If I'm looking at a sentence, a bunch of words, and I'm trying to figure out which ones are glue, I'll give you. There are two ways to tell. There's a sophisticated way, which I'll explain later, and an easy way, right now. If you try to picture a naming word in your mind, you will see a picture of what that word represents. You say the word book, you'll see that book in your mind. If you say a glue word in your mind, the only thing you will see in your mind's eye is the word. That's how you can tell it's a glue word. If you say however, I say the word however. Okay? I'm not talking about what part of speech. Forget the parts of speech. That word is doing something. What it's doing is putting images together in your head. It's not working like other glue words. Just like there are different kinds of glue in the hardware store, there are many different kinds of glue words. You can study them. In my grammar book, I have a whole glossary of different kinds of glue words, how they work, you know. But that's not really important. You know why? Because you don't really make mistakes. When you write, your mistakes will come from taking describers and putting them in the wrong place, so that they're not close enough to what they're supposed to be describing. That's going to be a problem. Another problem is people just can't help taking a whole lot of ideas and trying to get them into one sentence. And when you take a whole bunch of ideas and try to get them into one sentence, you do this by processes. All sentences start out as single clauses. I know this is going to be past you, but you'll see as we go along. All sentences start out as single clauses. And then what we do, because we just do it automatically, it's inborn, is to take a whole bunch of these clauses and we put them all into one sentence. We do it all kinds of different ways, but the point is that's what we do. And in doing that, sometimes we mess up the process and we try to get like 5 clauses in one sentence, and then there are words that get left out. There are extra words that get put in. Newspapers notorious for this. I was going to show my students a newspaper article, and it had an extra "it" in there. They got confused. They tried to get too many clauses in there, and you ended up with two "its." And I think they would have seen it, but I didn't do it. I forgot. At any rate, these are the kinds of things that go wrong when you try to put too many ideas in one sentence. I want to read something to you. How much time do we have?
Like a minute or two.
All right, I have a minute or two. This is the biggest dictionary I have. All right? And this dictionary has the word phrase in it, and it has a definition. And I'll try to paraphrase. There are too many definitions in here for us to take hold of the word phrase and actually work on it and build on it, build an understanding on it. You have to take one of these, and that's the one we need. Look, listen, it says a phrase is smooth, unmeaning talk. Oh, sorry, I looked at the wrong one. Well, I looked at the wrong definition. I wondered why it was. This is phrase with an I in it. Phrase is, well, I was going to say, what's that crazy thing? A characteristic manner or of style or expression. Listen to that. A characteristic manner of style or expression. It says nothing. There's another one. A mode or form of speech. These definitions don't help us to study grammar. A phrase is a bunch of words that does one job. It either names, it describes, or it shows action. You take a whole bunch of words working as a team to do one of those jobs. That's a phrase. I did that for you last time. We'll get into it more specifically next time. Thank you for your attention. Stuff.